The truth is, listening to the talk around town, is a possibility that they can make it into the stage. I mean, you have like you said, the big guns are there, but you also have the teams that they have beaten before. So it is. I mean, you show up on a good day with how they have been playing lately. I honestly think they can move on to the next stage.
Everyone, we have Mr. Allan Sanford here. He's a former international cricketer with the West Indies and also United States, and he's here to share his thoughts on the overall scope for United States of America cricket team in the probable finishing place in terms of the T20 World Cup that is going to start in June. Hello, Adam.
Hi, good evening, Satish, and good evening, the host. How are you doing? I hope you guys are doing all right, wherever you guys are right now. It's a pleasure to be here for you guys, talking cricket. Good night to your listeners.
Thanks a lot, Adam. It's a pleasure having this interaction with you, and it'll be of great insight to our listeners to understand what your perspectives on the current United States team are. And as you know, it's a budding cricket team compared to some of the giants in the Group A. It has India, Pakistan, Ireland, United States, and Canada. And so, what do you think, in your opinion, would be the most toughest team for the United States in this Group A?
First of all, let me say it's a big deal for the United States to get into the World Cup. You know, as it is coming from where they've started over the years and the ups and downs in US cricket, as we all know, and with what's happening. So it's a good thing to see the US in the World Cup. A lot of players there, I know I've seen grow up from stages, you know, like we have maybe I call like Jesse, and I've seen Jesse around from he's a kid, you know, coming up along with Ali Khan, you know, and we have. I mean, truth is, USA do have the experience. I mean, it's a young team, as we all know. Bonding, yes. The challenges, yes. But end of the day, cricket is played only 22 yards, and we have to understand the group they're in. And I think the truth is, listening to the talk around town, is a possibility that they can make it into the stage. I mean, you have like you said, the big guns are there, but you also have the teams that they have beaten before. So it is. I mean, you show up on a good day with how they have been playing lately. I honestly think they can move on to the next stage. Again, like I said, if they come together as a team, you know, well, if you follow and listen to what's happening in the media with the Pakistan team, a new captain, new coach, still shaky grounds, you know. So, you know, it's as much as talented as they are, as a group, they are not together tight. As you know, I would say it in the term of cricket that things can happen on that given day.
Great point, Adam. I think it's the same with the Indian side as well. Based on the current IPL, the way it's going, the core Indian team members are not in great form. So I think there's a great opportunity for the United States team in that segment as well. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, the truth is, I've not had a chance to watch much of the IPL. Even the highlights, I've not had a chance to do much of it. But I do follow on Facebook once in a while when I get a chance to, and I tend to the good stuff, the sweet stuff tend to attract me, or I attract them. So with Hardik being vice captain, with Sharma being captain, knowing the tension between them during Mumbai team, so it's gonna be a team to have an eye on, you know. Like we know, yes, the talent is there. You can't doubt that. But again, if you're not going to play as a team, you're not going to win. We all know how that goes. People that have played the highest level or have played cricket in general, or even in life experiences itself, if you're not working together, you really won't succeed.
Right. And T20 being, it's a funny game. It can be anyone's game on a certain day. So if we bring in Ireland into the equation, they've been, performing pretty well against Pakistan. It has been a close series, though Pakistan kind of won it, but the scores were pretty big. So what do you think might be, a good head start for the United States team in their game against Ireland?
The Ireland team has played against the US. Mm-hmm. They know, it's not like they're new players that they don't know the players. I'm sure they have the analysts that are working with them. That will tell them who to look out for, who the what you call it nowadays, the matchups, mm-hmm. And I honestly think the USA, like you said, 2020 is a given day, and any given day, any team can come up champs, At the same time, you have to understand that one bad over from a bowling team can change the game, and one good over from a batting team can change the game. So I think like I said, you have the experience. The young, while they are young, they still have quite a bit of cricket under their belt, so the experience is there. It's not nothing new to them. I mean, yes, a World Cup is a big deal, but at the same time, you have to understand that the players are they're not World Cup fit, but they are cricket fit to an extent.
Right.
So let's put it that way. And the good thing about it is that they check the opportunities to go out and play on turf pitches unlike before, where you never had that opportunity to do. You know, so honestly, I think they have a good chance. And like I said, it's just coming on that day and giving the best, and you know.
Sure. If I have to compare United States and Canada, I would bring in the analogy between India and Sri Lanka, because they've played so much cricket against each other that they know, most of the players, whether it's within the local leagues or whether it's international cricket, because most of these players kind of interact in several tournaments. So considering the latest series against Canada, where United States won pretty easily, would you think there is a chance for Canada to bounce back and show some thunder in this tournament?
You see, the funny thing about this game of cricket is that when it really matters, there are teams that come up and represent, you know. And like I always tell people, when you go to play, you don't just show up to play.
Right.
You got to really turn up, you know. And I think we have seen it before where Canada has actually come out and have played well against the USA. And we know their abilities. We know their strong points. And I honestly think that on a given day, I think Canada can actually come up and surprise the US. But for the US sake, let's hope that doesn't happen in this World Cup.
Sure. I mean, that is very insightful. And coming to the Major League Cricket, as you know, it's been a great success in the United States with all these franchises, and the United States players got exposed to international cricketers, the tough competition. How do you think, that would that be a great boon for the United States cricketers, to get this experience out of Major League Cricket while facing international cricketers in major tournaments like World Cup?
If I were to be honest with myself and the US players, I honestly wouldn't think the experience they got was to be in a changing room with international players. Personally, I don't think they got enough play with national players.
Right.
So anybody can say, Adam, you're right or you're wrong, but that's just my opinion. I honestly think the local players itself didn't get an opportunity to show their talent in the major league.
Right. So how do you rate Monank Patel as a captain, and how do you think he'll steer this ship? Because we have seen captaincy of Saurabh Netravalkar in the past, and Monank Patel has the reins and now is leading this team into the first major tournament like a T20 World Cup. So how do you think he would steer this ship, and what's your confidence levels on his captaincy?
The truth is, I won't comment. I can't comment much on Monarch because not someone I've seen and to say yes, I've watched him, his tactics and how he go about doing things. But what I can say to him is he got to use his judgment. He was put there because they trust that he has the ability to do it. So he would have used his judgment to go ahead and steer the ship in the right way. Yes, you won't be able to please everyone in anything you do in life.
Right.
You got to make some hard decisions where people wouldn't like you, or people will say, no, that shouldn't happen. But at the time, you did it because you think it was the best decision for you to do for the team as a captain. And sometimes you got to do it. And there will be opportunities for him to see and to do it. And at the end of the day, if it comes out good, everyone will be on your side. If it doesn't come out good, everyone can say, man, you messed up. And you got to just learn from that. That's just the bottom line. But again, he has a young bunch of guys with him. He got talent with him. He's played with them before. It's not like he's a new captain and a new group of players. They have been playing together for a minute now, so I'm sure he's aware of what he has and when he can use them and when he shouldn't and stuff like that.
100%. I think as a young captain, definitely, do you think the presence of someone like a veteran like Corey Anderson with so much international experience, do you think he's someone that Monank can kind of bank in tough situations to get the best out of, or the best advice in a certain situation? So what do you think about Corey's presence in the team?
I think I can't say all international players. There are international players that understand their role in a team, and they understand that there's a captain, and a captain understands who they have with them and who they can call to for advice. And I think with Corey in there, it should be a plus for Monarch to help him with making decisions. I'm not saying whatever he says it goes, but you got to be able to pick his brain and talk to him and ask, what do you think? And I think I think that's a plus for him as a captain to have that experience with him.
So banking on Corey, yes, as you mentioned, it might be a great boon for Monank. So coming to the structure of the team and the pitches on how they're going to act, do you think it's better to load up more on the spinners or have this, going with a full pace attack, based on some of the conditions that you have seen here out, whether in your experience with West Indies team or the United States team, going heavy on spinners, do you think it might benefit the team on these pitches?
I guess it depends. It all boils down to the condition on that morning or on the day before. You could, the good thing of now, I think the forecasters are kind of, they're more accurate now. So you kind of have an understanding of what's coming tomorrow or what happened today, overnight, the effect you have on pitches. So it all comes down to the balance you have and how you're going to use them.
Right.
What you don't want to do is to go with 4 fast bowlers and your batsmen fall, your first 4 batsmen go down the road cheap. What do you have in the back, your back 6? You want to have a balance where you have either 3 fast bowlers, 2 spinners, or all rounder here and there. Or 2. You need. I personally think in a T20 you need 2 good all rounders, keep spinners in your repertoire. You got to have that. Right. And nowadays, the good thing about the cricket now is that you also have 3-dimensional players where it's not just ball and bat. You have the fielder that will make things happen for you. And honestly, it depends on the day or the week leading up to the game. You say you see the conditions, you analyze it, and then you have you don't just make decisions on your own because you have a team with you to help you do that.
Right.
So I wouldn't say just have 4 fast bowlers or 3 spinners. What I would like to see is have 2 spinners there. I know that I can actually bat with them.
Right.
So I honestly think they have a good, from what I'm seeing, they do have a good team together. And at the end of the day is have the right combination. That's where we always mess up in the end. Have the right combination.
Yes.
I'm hoping they click on that day.
Yes. In my opinion, when I look at some of these players whom I've kind of followed closely, I really believe the spin department of the United States team is really impressive, with Harmeet Singh having some under-19 experience, and at the same time, Kenji Gay or Nisar Patel. I think they are at a pretty good major league tournament. So I'm hopeful that that might be a good strong point for this United States team. At the same time, coming to Ali Khan, who has played globally in multiple leagues, he's coming back after a small hiatus. What do you think would be the impact of Ali Khan in this tournament? He's that genuine fast bowler who can turn out to be an X factor completely and surprise these teams. So
honestly, Ali has been around for a minute. Ali has the experience. Ali has played international. Ali has played IPL. He's played CPL. He's been around. Right. As long as he is fit, as long as Ali is fit, Ali will make a difference. And I've seen him. I've been around him. I know. So I trust that and pray that God will keep him fit for the tournament and he can have a good tournament for the US. Because at the end of the day, you want to have the spinners around you, but you need someone that will be an X factor, and he has been for a minute now.
True. Yeah. And in your opinion, or I would say, who are your favorites to win this World Cup in general?
I really haven't had a World fan. I love New Zealand for some reason. I love New Zealand, and for one reason is because they are consistent. They are very consistent. I've followed them, and I love good cricket. That's the truth. West Indies, I love West Indies, but we all know how West Indies have played and surprised us here and there. So I'm hoping that they can give us a good showing. I'm hoping that, but India is on shaky grounds. I mean, unless they get their act together, they are on shaky grounds. Pakistan is on shaky grounds. Not even England. You see, the truth is, I don't see it happening. Yes, they are good talented players, but Australia, when it comes to big games, along with South Africa, they tend to fold. But I'm watching. I'm having a look at New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I think some of the players. I think with Devon Conway coming back after an injury, it'll be interesting to see how the top order kind of shapes up. Especially Rachin Ravindra has been doing a pretty decent job in the IPL so far. But I think everyone's eyes are really on the Australian side because India is known for its slower conditions and slower turning pitches, and the Australians have been really on top-notch form. I would say, whether it's Travis Head, and the others to follow. So how do you think would this Australian side be a top contender, at least to be in the top 4? Definitely.
I honestly, with the pitches we have here, and we have in the Caribbean, I'm sure Australia will come up and put up a good fight. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
But for me, I just don't. I am not saying they are up there in to the end.
Sure.
So but again, we talk about 2020 cricket. We know what it is,
right.
And anything can happen. I would love to see New Zealand and maybe West Indies and India to an extent. I mean USA. We're hoping that they'll go through the run over here and then see what happens. But yeah, I'm talking about the more recognized names in the cricket.
And what do you think is it for the fans who are really excited? There's so many, people from cricketing countries living in the United States. What do you think is this World Cup to them? What would it mean? And how do you think it would revolutionize their passion in the United States?
I mean, cricket has been big in the US. Believe it or not, cricket is big in the US, and for whatever reason, the cricketing body have not seemed to get a grip of what's happening and see it for what it is. And this is the main reason why the US cricket has been where it is over the years. And the way things are happening, as much as the hype of the World Cup coming and the fans coming in, what's going to happen after is left to be seen. Because a lot of infrastructure is going up for this World Cup that won't remain there for after the World Cup. I personally think if ICC was so involved or so loved the US, I want to see US cricket develop. There are facilities here in the US they should have just worked on, get it better and get it ready for the World Cup versus spending all this money to build something different that's not going to stay there permanently. So this right there, I think it's just not something that it is not, you're not looking down the road. You're looking at the now.
Right.
But for the fans itself, I'm excited. I'm really happy to see all the guys come together. To me, like I always say, when you see cricketers come together, it's a reunion, and it will be one for the fans. It's a good time. It's a party. It's love. It's all about love and welcome to cricket. And I know people will have fun. That's for sure. As for the growth of cricket after the World Cup, I would love to see it happen. And let's just pray that the good God watch us and say, you know what, we've been waiting for this. Here's a breakthrough. And this World Cup is a breakthrough for the US to really step into cricket and tap into it and make it better for the future. So let's hope and see.
Thank you, Adam. Those are some wonderful thoughts from you. And as you know, the cricket fever is kind of growing in the United States, and this World Cup is definitely going to change the dynamics of cricket, whether it's locally or the international cricket for United States. Really thankful for sharing your time with us and our viewers, and really thoughtful insights from you on so many different topics. And I've really enjoyed this chat with you. So thanks a lot for this wonderful time.
Not a problem. Anytime. But I hope you guys and the viewers had a good time listening, and I'm sure we'll get feedback about it at some point. So till then, have a good night. You guys stay safe wherever you are. I can see that when you're over the bridge now, the sun is setting, so you'll be safe out there.
Sure. Thank you, Adam.
All right.
Thank you.